Okay, so let's just keep right on playing. I think we can probably take that paper clip off now and set that right in that pocket, which I love that. I wonder if there's anything, ooh, wait, if I can find it. There is something kind of fun that I have that, I don't know, I might call this a found object. It's thrifted, but I had never really bought just raw zippers like this. And I wondered if it would be fun to use as a trim on the edge of the page. But I think it might be too flat, so I think what we're going to have to do is let's first put that down. And then let's get a bag with some other kind of trim, preferably some kind of lace to go behind it. And I think that's gonna make it more fun. So let's add more glue. And yeah, the glue's gonna come through the lace, I bet. But we're not gonna worry about that. I feel like that's what I say more than anything else, is we're not gonna worry about that. You know something, what I will do is take some sort of piece of paper. Oh no, maybe I don't need to do that. We're not going to worry about that. I didn't want this page over here to get glued to that one, but we're just not going to worry about that. We're going to keep playing on this page while that dries a little bit. I mean, if I have to. Oh, I just noticed that. Well, that means we've got some of this on the other side of this. So we're definitely going to use that. Oh, and that's the little girl there. Let's glue this down. We're just using things up. And we're not stressing too much at all. And I've got several bags of trim that I need to use. Or use some of it. I'm not trying to get into this thing where I just go crazy thinking I have to use everything just for the sake of using it all up. But it would be nice to use some things and bring the stash down to a manageable level. So let's just poke a hole through here with this awl. And make it big enough for one of these strings to go through. We can tie a few charms on while we're sitting here. Oh, that's that plastic piece trying to come off, and I don't really want that anyway. Let's pull that off. I wondered why it didn't look like it was making a hole. Now, I recently saw somebody who had a thing that punches holes and stuff like this, and you know who you are, and now I really want one. And I'm gonna get one, but we're just using the awl. We could go ahead and tie some washers on here too that I've picked up along the way. Everywhere I go, I look for stuff like this. I know we all do. As soon as I feel it going through, I pull it away from the table. I don't want to punch a hole in the table. I'm not trying to tear things up here. I mean, some things I tear up, but oops, let's bring that up a little bit higher. I think that's drying pretty good. And let's get back into some of this stuff we have. And please don't be afraid that that was all the fodder that I had, just that little stack. I mean, that was in no way close to being everything. So there's the little part of the packaging from that calligraphy pen that Jay had given me that we used recently, and I really, really liked that. It worked great. I want to start looking to see if they have them in the store. I mean, not that I need another one, but that is something I would buy. It did work great. This is a piece of fabric that I want to use. So let's go ahead and put some glue on this. Maybe we're finally going to be done with this one, but I want to keep that lid to go on my next one that I open. I'm always shocked when I look for something and I can't find it and it's where it's supposed to be. I shock myself when I do that because I tend to lay things everywhere. I think I'm getting better about that though. Mom, if you're listening, I think I'm getting better about that. I'm getting better about closing drawers and doors and, you know, that whole thing. Kind of feel like that should go that way. And now we have that piece of fabric. I feel so good about that because, again, as I was saying, I see things that I sell and I don't mind selling it. That's part of my business, but sometimes I think I just want one little piece to put in my journal so I can remember how pretty that is. So there, let's find a page where we can put a little fabric tab. I think we can put one over that kind of paper. There. That's good. Just more and more layers. That's really pretty. That is such a shape where that would be a good pocket. So let's do that. Oh, that's so satisfying. So we're only going to put glue. We're only going to put glue just right around. I may go ahead and put it up the side too, because the way that's cut right here, oops, that's just going to end up flopping around. So this will make us a pocket like that instead of a true like triangle pocket. But that's okay. I didn't want to lose any more of that rose. That's why that fabric's in there. I probably cut that off of the edge of a square piece. I think. We might be able to get some tabs out of this. I love hearing the birds when I'm out here. We've got a couple of little, I think they're wrens. They're building a nest where I really wish they weren't building a nest. I'm delighted that it's so close to the house and that they trust us, but I'm really sad that it is where Chester, who hangs around the yard way too much, and I love Chester, but I feel like his owners should take some responsibility and keep him at home. Is that terrible? Because I'm afraid he's going to kill these birds. I don't know what to do. He's killed so many animals in the yard, and we love Chester drawers. You know I love Chester drawers. I love cats. Anyway, it's just, it's interesting. We have other neighbors who let their cats out, but their cats stay in their yard pretty much. I don't know. Anyway, it's just, it is what it is. I wonder if we can fit this banana chips bag in here. But do I want this in here? I think that's a little bit too big, and I'm thinking, you know what? You might just want to do that in your trash journal. Don't go crazy. You're using up stuff, but it's still okay to make a choice to say, I don't really want that in this one. But we could do some more layers on this page. Let's do something fun. Start using up some paper scraps. Oh, let's use the word handmade. Oh, this is some pretty paper. Let's put some of that on here. I wonder if we want to use the raisins box. That might be fun on there, but we need a little bit more paper first. That right there. Oh. I like this picture of this cross in a cemetery. I don't know where we're going to put that yet. And I can't decide about this. Well, we don't have to decide right this minute. I kind of like it. I do like it. I'm just wondering if I want it in this book. And like I said, it's okay to make a choice to say we're not going to put that there. I do love this little art card. It's not signed. Oh, that's perfect. I think we're going to save the trash for the trash journal. How was that for a decision? And you know what I would like to find under here? Another little piece of some type of scrapbook paper. And I think this is it. So let's put that in. Pull it down a little bit, and then let's glue this in. That's adorable. Let's put her right there. That's great. And for this page, you know what? Not that. What color is that? Bright red. I don't want the red there. I have lucked out so much lately with finding paint at the scrap exchange. When I've been in the last couple of times, I've been able to refresh my acrylic paint supply. Now I know we got some little splatters on there. I'm not going to worry about it. And I guess I could have picked a different color than yellow, but look, it kind of picks up that yellow over there. And if you make just a thin layer of paint, it doesn't take too long to dry. So that's a good thing. Remember the where we do the blackout poetry? That's what this was. Love doing that. I like to always include one of those in the zines. That would be pretty there. Gonna see if it would pick up any of the yellow, but it's already drying. Of course, I did hit it with the dryer, but not for very long. Acrylic paint dries pretty quickly, which is nice. So that can be there. Just take one of these Posca paint pens and kind of go around the edge. And I'll sign it. What do we have? Let's cut this out. This is going to be so pretty. Got a lot more charms to put on here, and I think this ribbon's kind of getting tangled up. You might be able to take that out. I think that's probably glued in now. And you could leave it. You can tie things like that in. For right now, I don't want to make that a permanent part of things. Let's see if I can. Yeah, I threw that right up there, and it went right where it was supposed to be. So when I'm building books like this, I will go back to the start over and over and over again to check pages and to keep adding things and to get it all as full as I want it to be. And see, like this envelope, I think what I'm going to do is cut down a little bit so we can see what's what, and that way we can slide something in there. What is this? Those are Savannah things. Ooh, I love this. Those are some seeds that were planted. I do want to use that. I think seed packs are really pretty in a journal. So let's put this here. And that was so that's the original blackout poetry that I did. So we can fold that up and stick it in the journal. Let's do that. So we know that that's there. Here is a ticket to love yourself. I think I ended up writing something like that in there. And if you decide, so what if I decided I didn't want that to be a pocket? Because that's kind of a lightweight paper. It's totally okay to glue over it. You don't have to feel married to anything in a junk journal. She's pretty there. I like that. Working on the zines is a lot of fun. It does take some effort to make a good one. I'm not saying mine are good or great or anything like that, but I found as I learned more about them, you kind of have to think to get the pages, you know, really lined up. Let's put this right here. I just love that paper. And let's just flip through to make sure things are not gluing together too bad, because they do have a tendency to stick together when you're going through like this and doing things fast and maybe not letting things completely dry. But it also can add personality if things stick a little bit. Like it'll tear a little spot of paper off that ends up looking really cool, maybe in a way that you didn't expect. We've still got so much room left to work. This says, I don't know if I want to use that. It's gloss enamel. Let's find an actual just, ooh, this one's still brand new. Ooh, look at that color. That's so great. While I'm thinking and looking at all this stuff all over the desk, we'll go ahead and paint all around this star. Might not seem like the best color, but I'm not worried about that. Because we could add another layer if we wanted to. Now there seems to be a lot of paint right in that area. You can see it. Oh, that's cool. I am going to dry that page a little bit. I dried it a little bit. We could dry it a little bit more. I think I might put this other piece of paper right on that chocolate label. That's crazy that we were already at 30 minutes again. I went and got some cheese, and I went and told Jason bye. He's going off to play at an event this afternoon. So I'm glad it's early. He'll be back so that we can enjoy the evening together. So I'm gonna stop, and do I wanna record more? That's the question. Stay tuned.